Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Arts and Crafts, and what I'm going to be doing today is making some of these squares. Now this is just a really cheap chocolate mould, and then what I'm going to do is put some different colours in there, different textures, glitter, mica powder and things, and then cast them into, once they're cured, into a larger square to see how it comes out. I think it's going to come out really quite pretty and look a little bit different, because where you've got the clear resin here is going to go transparent in here. I'm filling the little squares up, but what I've done is I've allowed my resin to thicken up quite considerably before I put it into these little squares, and you'll see why in a little while. It's quite an important step, I think, to be able to get a really good result from what you're doing. So I'm using a pipette because I don't want to fill these squares right to the very top, although it wouldn't really matter, but I actually want them to have a little gap in the top to be able to add in my different fillings. So I'm using some glitter here, just randomly. I've not really counted out which ones I'm going to do because that's just not me to do it too precise. So I've added some glitter. Now I'm going through and I'm adding my mica powder. I've got this little spoon. It comes with the J. Diction mica powders, which are brilliant mica powders, and I will link those in the description below. So again, more glitter. I'm just using a random selection of different colours and glitters and mica powders because I want it to have quite a random look when it's finished. So again, just filling in any of the squares that I've got, and this is why I allowed it to thicken up, because when you go to stir this in or mix this in, and I'm just using the opposite end of one of those little micro brushes, it works brilliantly. What you'll find is it won't just sink to the bottom, everything will stay suspended nicely in there, including the glitter, and also it mixes up really nicely, giving a nice swirly effect, which I think comes out great. So going through these and mixing them all up, and I'll go through all of them and do the same process, but make sure that you wipe your stick as you go in through so you don't cross-contaminate. I'd also like to say a quick thank you to all my members who have joined my channel. And if you'd like to become a member, the benefits of being a member are we do live streams monthly, you get additional videos, we have a Facebook group, which is really, really active, and you get other tips and tricks. Plus, you get access to me to ask questions through the Facebook group, and I will answer questions and support people. So if you want to join the membership, then the link for that is in the description below, or if you're on a computer, you can just click the join button. So again, just going through, making sure that all these are well mixed in and that I've got the look that I want to go for here. And again, must wipe your stick off each time, because if not, you will end up cross-contaminating what you're doing. And you don't want to be cross-contaminating. And they are looking really pretty. The other thing is, I do have another channel called Steve McDonald's Crafting, where I test out and try lots of different craft things. It's a really great channel, so please check that out. I've linked that above in the card, so just click on that and it will take you to that channel and check it out, and please subscribe to that channel. So now these are all ready. I'll leave these to cure up overnight before I do the next step. Well, my little squares are all now nicely cured up, and they're all very, very different. So all it is just a case, and they come out of these little chocolate moulds or sweet moulds so easily. And it's just a case of demoulding these now and then casting them into this. Now, there is a good technique of being able to cast them into there without them floating around and moving around, and to ensure that you get no trap bubbles. And I will show you that once I've demoulded all these. Well, before I put these little tiny cast squares into this mould, I've put a bit of resin in the bottom, because that will help you avoid getting any areas that are trap bubbles or there is no resin and it being a little bit rough. Now I'm putting these in with the concave side where it's cured facing towards me, so upwards, because that way when I do the next step, the resin will sit into those little concaves really nicely, and I'm hoping it will give a great effect at the end as well. I'm doing this as a random, because I love random, And also, I have no idea at this point what colours I've used or what these colours are, obviously being colourblind. So I'm just putting them in, but they fit really nicely into this square mould. And I will link both of these moulds in the description below as well if you want to do these. Because there's lots of different things that you can make with these little tiny squares as well. You could make earrings and different things and bracelets and all sorts of stuff with them. And that mould is so cheap. It's well worth it. So the link for that will be in the description below. Here's me trying to find out which is my last colour that I want to pop in. So once I've popped them in and pushed them down with my tweezers, the important stage is next to ensure that you coat this with a little bit of resin. And that's what I'm doing. Just pouring a little bit in. You don't need to pour too much in. And if you find that your resin's got a lot of bubbles in it at this point, then just go over it with a long neck lighter and it'll get rid of those bubbles. Although I've had mine sitting to the side now for probably about 10 minutes. So it hasn't got many bubbles in it. They've all dissipated from the resin, which makes life a lot easier. So I will just carry on doing each layer the same as this until I get to the top layer, and then I'll just give it a final little coat, as you can see, in the resin, and I'll leave this to cure up overnight. The cube is all cured up now and it's looking pretty from there, so I'm really interested to see how well it comes out. Oh look, I have over poured again. I always over pour. That'll be easy to take care of just using my deburring tool. And remember, whenever you're using the deburring tool, always just take a little bit off at a time and then it will come out lovely. Well, that's that all nicely trimmed up now. I'm really pleased with how that's come out and I think it looks great. And it actually could be used, I think, quite easily as a little lamp. I think it glows lovely and it really does highlight all the colours. Let me know what you think of it in the description below. And as I said before, and when you put the actual little squares inside the resin, the edges and all that disappear. So you're just left with the colours in there. I think that's really cute. Please boop that like button if you've enjoyed that little resin project. And if you're a first time viewer, then please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And if you'd like to know where I get any of the stuff that I've used in today's video, or if you'd like to buy me a coffee, then the link for both of those are in the description below. Take care, enjoy your resin, bye.